Hello everybody, this is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave with your Monday to Friday update for Bitcoin and XRP. Jack Frost will be with you tomorrow. Tuesday to Saturday he updates Ethereum and Solana for you. Bitcoin is still within this rectangle pattern. We had a false downward breakout here on the 7th of July. Price closed below what was the lower edge of support, which was at 56,500. But I said because rectangles are plagued by numerous false breakouts, I wanted to use a 2 or 3 day away rule, and I wanted to see the 8th and the 9th red candlesticks moving down and away from that broken support of 56,500. That didn't happen. The very next session, price closed back above support, so it closed at 56,709, so it closed back into the rectangle the very next session. Test of support again, and now moving up and away. The current session has an increase in range and a little bit of an increase in volume, so that's good to see. I am expecting now an upward swing at least to resistance, 71,500 to 73,100. Let's see what price does when we get back up around this area. I am expecting quite likely an upward breakout, but not definitely. We'll see whether we have a real increase in range and volume along the way up. Don't expect price to move in a straight line from support to resistance. It may be choppy and overlapping like this, choppy and overlapping. There may be little pullbacks and consolidations along the way. There might not be. If this is the start of a really strong bullish run, it could move in a straight line. But it's more likely we are going to see little consolidations and pullbacks, and I will expect a little pullback around resistance. If we do break through, because again rectangles are plagued by false breakouts, I will institute a 2 or 3 day away rule. If we close above 73,100, I then want to see 2 or 3 days of green candlesticks moving up and away before I really have confidence that the breakout is not false and we've got an upward breakout. If we get that, we might see a back test of support. So I'm going to be watching with interest the next week or so with Bitcoin, but it's really good to see it finally moving up and away. And yes, looks like this low, the hammer candlestick pattern of 5th of July, is likely to remain intact. Not certain, just likely. A little bit of an increase in volume for Monday after a quiet weekend, which is really normal, but day on day starting to see a little increase in volume pushing price higher. That's good to see. ADX is declining. There's no clear trend at the daily time frame. At the last low, there was some bullish divergence as price reached to and closed to a lower low, but RSI failed to make a corresponding low after reaching into oversold. RSI doesn't often reach oversold in consolidations within a larger bull market. When it does tend to be the end of the consolidation. So I have some reasonable confidence that that is the end of the consolidation, and we most likely on our way to an upward breakout in coming weeks. Both RSI and money flow are neutral. There's a long way to go before these get extreme. A little bit of an increase in ATRs just starting to show as price starts to move higher. That's very good to see some volatility and a little bit of volume start to return to the market. There was also bullish divergence between price and stochastics at those lows. The Elliott Wave count for XRP expects a second wave correction complete as a triple zigzag back down here for the 5th of July, now moving up in a third wave. I am expecting upward movement for XRP this year, and I am expecting it to finally break out of this huge consolidation it's been in for years. I'm expecting a big third wave up. I do have an alternate at the monthly time frame. I'll go over my big picture Elliott Wave counts for XRP later this week, but not today. Within the new upward trend, I'm going to label a minute degree first wave impulse incomplete with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you know your Elliott Wave rules, you know if 4 continues any lower, it may not move into wave 1 price territory below 0.4497. This wave count now expects a 5th wave to move beyond the end of the 3rd, so a new high above 0.5660 so that it avoids a truncation, and as soon as we get that, a 5 wave impulse would be complete for minute wave 1, and then we'd be looking for a consolidation or a pullback for minute wave 2, the basic Elliott Wave pattern. 5 steps forward, 3 steps back. When it arrives, minute wave 2 may not move beyond the start of 1, below 0.3838. I wouldn't expect it to be too time consuming or too deep, but I would expect it to last about a week or two. Technicals for XRP, it's also got a hammer candlestick pattern for the 5th of July, now moving up and away. It's at resistance now in the 54-55 cent area. Let's see if it can manage to close above 55 cents. It did it back here, but then it quickly returned back below. So I'm going to use a 2 or 3 day away rule to have confidence that price is broken above strong resistance at 55 cents. So I want to see a close above that area and then 2 or 3 green candlesticks after that before I really have confidence that area's been broken. On the way up, next resistance 63 cents, 0.675, and then 0.82. A real strong increase in volume on the way up for XRP adds some confidence that it's likely to continue on up, at least for the short term. ADX is declining. There's no clear trend. The DX lines have crossed over, but there's still no trend indicated. At the last low, RSI had reached oversold, and there's single bullish divergence between price closing lower and RSI moving higher. That adds a little bit more confidence that yes, XRP is most likely on its way up. Both RSI and money flow are neutral at the moment. ATR showing an increase as price moves higher, so there's volume and volatility with this upward movement for XRP. That's bullish. That's it for me today with your analysis for these two, and I hope you all had a lovely weekend.